Expansion-wise, I think red is a bit favoured, but I think we need to give him a bit of advantage this time.
Yeah.
I think I'm happy with letting this go.
Yeah, I'm happy as well.
Fun.
Gandalf, once again, queued up 3 bot factories and an air followed after those. 2 air, in fact. Gosh, that's a lot of queuing he's done.
I mean, I used to do these kind of builds back in beta, where you would kind of... I can't remember which patch it was, but there was a patch where it made... and having loads of engineers was actually a disadvantage. You would spend too much. You couldn't upkeep enough bots early on, so you'd use your commander for the first like 3 or 4 minutes, just getting out factories, and then you'd start grabbing. It was the patch that made bots really strong, where the shots they would dodge shots all the time. Do you remember?
Oh yes, gosh. I'd rather not.
But let's have a look at what Matiz is doing.
Yeah, he's
taking the skitters
vehicle
first.
Yeah, skitters and vehicles. No second factory queued as of yet, which is curious. I wonder whether he'll follow up with air in the not too distant future. But
he's gonna get this Dox is gonna scout straight away. He's gonna know exactly where his opponent is. I think as long as Gandalf follows this up properly, he knows where his opponent is now. He can deny expansions, and he needs to once he has that early game advantage where he's denied his opponent expansion, he needs to tech up. He can't continue producing tech 1 and think he's gonna win.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. Matiz is just gonna build tech 2 and overdo him again.
Matiz is now. Sorry, go ahead. But Matiz has scouted Gandalf. I just wanted to point out there. So Matiz knows where he is.
I mean, we can show on the stream the amount of vision that these skitters give you. It's insane. I mean, he's got 2 skitters, and he can pretty much see where his opponent's going to expand to. He can see exactly what his opponent's doing. He has all the intelligence he needs. It's like having map packs, and they're actually pretty good at killing engineers too, as we're about to find out.
Yeah, it's as long as they actually keep following that engineer, he'll eventually manage to whittle him down. But of course, he is getting chased off now by a couple of bots built by Gandalf. He's again swatting away those pesky flies. But Gandalf following up, Matiz getting up a bot factory now in his base, so he's probably going to be potentially answering to that. Although I wonder whether that's just to get his sniper bots out. So we'll probably see like fabricators come out of this, and then get the T2 bots going.
I don't see any reason for Matiz to deviate away from his build he's been doing. It's been working so far, and it looks like, for the most part, Gandalf's going to do the exact same thing. Matiz is fully aware that these bots are coming out. He's fully aware of the south and the north sides of his base, of Gandalf's base. He knows everything. He knows exactly what he needs to build. If these bots were going to do damage, he would have to just stick up a turret, which is exactly what he's doing. Just let's say that.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Gandalf did have a dock sitting at one of Matiz's expansions, but he moved it away just before Matiz's fabricator got there, which was really unfortunate. It's now heading over to a different one. But Matiz
this is fairly decent play. As long as these bots aren't gonna on like a crazy route, they're actually gonna intercept 2 of his engineers, and that's quite a good pickup. But Gandalf needs to be paying attention to it. I mean, he got lucky with that one because it wandered past, but.
Yeah, he's just lost 4 docks to that laser turret, so that's doing really good work early on. He's now getting...
The 2 expanding engineers have been destroyed, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. But Gandalf's air coming out now, at long last. We actually see some air from Gandalf.
Finally!
But Matiz now getting out an extra few bot factories, so he's going to be answering bots with bots, which is going to deal with that threat. So now all he needs to do is move up to T2, but there's a Dox inside who's just killed off another fabricator really nicely from Gandalf. But there's so many vehicle fabs.
Got another engineer down in the south.
Oh, very nice.
Expansion's now vulnerable.
Yeah.
This is what Gandalf should have been doing, but he still isn't doing great with scouting. I mean, yeah, it's fine for the Dox to scout with, but they're not scouting units, and like you said, he moved one of his docks away from an expanding engineer. He just didn't know it was there. Knowledge is power, I'm afraid, and
We also
Matiz has all the knowledge right now.
we also don't see too much eco expansion from Gandalf in terms of his energy in his base. He doesn't have too many fabbers building things though, so I guess he's running okay. I mean, he is floating every so often. But it really would be helpful to get out a lot more energy at this point of the game, because if you compare the two, Matiz is double the income that of Gandalf, which is really quite strange at this point, including his metal as well. He's actually 40 extra, which is phenomenal.
He's got a lot queued up, and I think Gandalf has been playing with this build, so it's quite streamlined. He knows exactly what he needs, but he doesn't have enough. He's got like one fabricator in his base helping his commander, and no Tech 2. But we've been seeing Tech 2 around this point in all the games, and it's a bit different this time. I mean, Matiz is actually responding with his own Radiant Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a party heading straight towards Gandalf's vulnerable expansion towards the north. Gandalf did manage to see a little bit of Matiz's air there. He saw a bumblebee, and Matiz promptly moved that back into his base with a hummingbird before it got shot off. But the bumblebee now moving towards the north gets shot down by those stingers. That attempted raid was nullified, but there are still these docks moving in. We've got a party of bots moving in from Gandalf now to try and deal with it. But the engine
is looking good.
Yeah. I mean, Gandalf going T2 air first. Wow. Whereas Matiz going T2 bots instead. There's Matiz's commander desperately trying to uber cannon away against these bots, but they're just too fast for those rusty commander legs.
But Matiz is responding the attack by running his own bots through the north side of Gandalf's base, but they're being shooed away.
Yeah.
That expansion from Matiz has been shut down by a load of bots.
Yeah, Gandalf has now managed to catch up on metal to the point that he's floating. He still hasn't caught up on energy yet, however, but he's actually surpassed Matiz in metal, which is really quite good for this stage in the game, considering where he has been in the previous games. He's obviously beginning to adapt, which is really good to see.
He's playing far better this time. He's playing to his build's advantage rather than sitting on the back foot. But it has to be a bit flustering playing against one of the best players in the game too, I must admit.
Yeah, I mean,
but he seems to be handling this far better. I mean, he's getting Tech 2, and that's where he's been, quite frankly, fucking up for the last 2 games. But he hasn't got much build power on it. He's just got a single air fab producing it. You could just chuck your commander on there, dude. Come on.
No, he's getting his commander on an extra 3 bot factories, which is really going to be magnificent when they're all producing.
He has to realise that Tech 1 is going to start to fall off pretty soon. There's not much point in producing more of it. Quite a big attack coming in into Matiz's the back of his base now, but it was being handled, but so many of the bots just died. A little cheeky micro there, but it's not going to do much damage. You might get a power agenda on next, but
I mean, Gandalf has now seen that T2 bots completed with that hummingbird, which is that little bit of intelligence
he's shutting down these expansions. Look at the south. He doesn't care. He's just chucking units away to this turret, but he's taking mexes off of Matiz, and that's what he needs to do.
Yeah, there's no point in attacking the turret. There's no point in attacking the turret. You need to get rid of the mechs, and that's really where the build power lies.
But this happened last game, and all Matiz is going to do now is chuck out loads of Tech 2 eco. Just counter the map control that he's lost.
Yeah, he's got probably about 9 energy, T2 energy there, and he's getting up some T2 mechs as well with all of his build power, so that's going to really rush out. I mean, a second ago, Gandalf, at the moment Gandalf is ahead, but then Matiz finished that single T2 mechs and immediately jumped up. I mean, the T2 mechs just gives you such a boost in your income, and now Gandalf really needs that T2 air out pronto to come and deal with this eco boost here.
I have to say that Matiz has stopped scouting. He doesn't know that Tech 2 air is almost up. Well, not almost, it's about halfway. And
he doesn't even know it exists.
Control, he's got a handful of stingers, but apart from that, I mean, he's dropping some bombers down at the moment. He's going to try to take up these turrets, but Matiz has the defender's advantage, and he's trying to push so far into his base with Tech 1 units, it isn't going to do much damage. Yeah,
I mean, we see the sniper bots coming out now from Matiz, but the Bumblebee's starting to do a little bit of raiding there. He has seen the T2 air going up, so I wonder whether that'll prompt Gandalf to put a little bit more build power on it. Yes, it is. Wow, that's a lot of fabbers working that through now. He is absolutely throwing his energy out of the window to get this up. But as soon as he does, he'll be able to start building peregrines and actually combat this T2 air should it get up from Matiz. But
Definitely.
6 sniper
There's
bots now moving
still so
out.
much more of the map hasn't been claimed.
Yeah, it's surprising
So
how
much.
little expansion that
Even
we've
just
seen.
outside of Gandalf's base. Look all that mech sitting there. Oh, sniper bots are coming in.
Yeah, as if they're paired with a few skitters, which Matiz could keep producing, that gives him insta vision. It looks as though, did Matiz get the scout on the T2 air with that? Yes, he did.
He knows it's there.
Yeah, and these sniper bots now are going to be able to deal with this little bot push here because they do have the assistance of the dogs. They are taking a bit of damage, which isn't a really good favourable trade-off there. But they haven't actually taken any losses at this point for the sniper bots, which is always good because now those can push in, and that's going to pressure Gandalf into producing insta-kestrels. We do see a few spinners coming through though from Matiz, so that's going to counter that threat a little bit well.
That was quite poor micro on Gandalf's part. He could have probably taken all of those sniper bots if he just clicked south just a little bit more.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate there. I guess his attention may have been focused a little bit elsewhere, but we have now got a few peregrines out. There is even a Dox in the back of Gandalf's base, taking out 3 Fabbers now. That's put a lot of great work in.
That is cheeky. Finally. Whoa, what's going on here? The gunship couldn't hit it, and he killed another 2. That one Dot's killed 5 engineers inside of Gandalf's base.
We do now have T2 air now coming out from Matiz, and because of his extra build power and eco, he can just hammer that out with extra production, which is really going to push Gandalf back now. I think Gandalf is beginning to lose the ground on this in terms of the T2 air. He's not producing peregrines fast enough. He needs to get more energy, and I think that's what he neglected at the beginning of this game. I have been saying it throughout.
Yeah.
And he just wasn't building enough energy to actually get stuff mass produced fast enough. For some reason now scouting with kestrels.
Really? Where?
Yeah, South Pole taking out a little bit of expansion there.
I mean,
Just
you may as well.
wandering
You may as well be proactive with your gunships and take
Yeah.
out expansions because why not? But you,
I mean-
you can tell the difference in playstyle between these players. The first thing that Matiz does with his Tech 2 is get a couple of engineers and get some Tech 2 eco, and the sniper bots I think might take this game.
Yeah, I think Gandalf's
actually
conceded. Yeah. There's too many sniper bots there. Even if he manages to get off a fortunate Uber cannon, there's so many ready to stream across the map. And the T2 air is there. His is down, so he has absolutely no answer. Matiz calls GG as well. I think that's the end of this game. And
Did they agree to play to the 5?
yeah. But I do believe Matiz manages to maintain his king status. Clean
Indeed.
3-0 victory against Gandalf
PA
there.
god. The PA god is king. He is the king god. King god Matiz.
Oh, he's the king of the players. Oh, I'm going to stop singing now. Oh dear,
King
that was
Tombody.
embarrassing. Oh, Team Tombody. Tombody?
Don't choke on stream. So, the benefit of stream, we're going to play the full 5 games, see if Gandalf can redeem himself.